Welcome back, everyone, to Lay It on the Podcast. I'm Leah the Doll, aka Baby Girl Lee on Instagram. We have a special guest here, Rushi. Give it up for her. And of course, I have my co-hosts, Steven and D-Lo. And today we're going to get into some things. Let's get it started.
Welcome to the show, Rushi.
Yeah,
well, thank you so much for having me on. It's really nice meeting all of you guys. You're all really sweet.
Thank you, you as well. So tell everyone about yourself, just for those who don't know who you are.
Yeah, pretty much most of you won't yet, but one day you will. I'm Rushi. I'm a second-year medical student right now. I'm starting my third year, and I also do a little bit of lifestyle and medical influencing. And I am also starting some entrepreneurial stuff on the side right now.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you're a med student, right? Mm-hmm. And you're an influencer. How do you balance the two? Because I know med school is a lot, and then influencing is, extra. So how do you balance that?
This is literally what I get all the time, and I don't know how I do it. I kind of just live my life, and as deadlines for things come up, I do them. Yeah. It's
Hustler
really crazy.
right there. She's like, I'm going to do it, this and that, and we love it.
It's a whirlwind, but until I'm seeing that something is impending doom, I just don't do it. And it tends to work out though. It really does.
Most times it does, when it's on the spot. Mm-hmm. But so how long have you been in med school for?
So I'm just now starting my third year. I finished 2 years, and then before that I was kind of waiting to get in and working in medicine at the time too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow, so you get the meds, huh?
Yeah, I guess
she's the hookup for the meds.
I gotta be careful with them.
We got the hookup now, play.
Well,
I gotta be careful with them if I want to get board certified one day.
No, that's very true. Yeah.
Very true.
What influenced you into getting into this?
Medicine or influencing, because there's different answers for both of those.
Okay, let's start with influencing then. Maybe let's go with that.
Influencing, I think I just posted whatever I wanted to do all the time. I'd be like, what am I doing right now? I'm riding my bike to Starbucks. I'll just film it. And that's just kind of how it happened, because I needed something to take my mind off all the school shit that I was doing all the time. And I just ended up randomly getting numbers. But with medicine, I pretty much wanted to do that since I was 5 years old. So I don't remember for that anymore.
So doing that influencing help you get up to that, I see you got 100K followers.
Yeah, I don't know even how it happened, because when I got into medical school, I think I had 8,000 followers.
Well, that's still quite a bit, even with to
jump.
start out.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then over the course of 6 months, I think I hit 100K. I don't know how it happened.
Sometimes you just never know. You post something and that could be your viral moment.
So basically, what you're saying is that that 100K you hit was just you doing what was coming to you, basically.
Yeah, it would be that, or I'd be today I'm taking a little break from studying. Let me just sit here in the hot tub filming random, hey, this is what I do on my study break. As a med student, kind of showcasing the human side of someone that does so much school, basically. Because a lot of times you'll be oh, this person's a grad student. They work all the time. They study all the time. You never really see them being a person. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was I kind of want to show my actual human life moments, basically.
It's interesting because I feel I was saying about this the other day, our most basic things that we've done growing up, at least, and things where I'm from, where I've done, I thought about it. If I was to post about those things, which to me seem just a normal everyday thing, there's chances in it that could go viral, or wake up 6 months later and I have 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
And it's these are things I do every day normally. How does this even, it's insane the world we live in today.
People like to watch that.
I know it. They love
day-to-day stuff.
They love it.
A lot of it doesn't even have to do with you, because it'll be oh, this person misspelled my name while giving me the order, and it was hilarious.
Wow.
Take a little look at this.
The most simplest
Well, it must have been Starbucks, because they're guilty of that all the time.
They've never once said my name right, so.
Starbucks.
You're you know what, just put sushi at this point.
Yeah.
Shout out
That's
to Starbucks.
cool though, actually, because I love sushi. So
yeah,
Sushi.
sushi's my favorite food,
that's
so it's
cool.
great that my name rhymes with it.
Right.
Think you ever got some parasites?
Huh?
Think you ever got some parasites?
Oh my God.
Sushi?
No.
I
I don't think my parents
you,
as
D?
first
So
generation
D-
immigrants had even tried
So
sushi.
do you like, first off, do you
No, I
like
said
sushi?
Parasites.
Right.
Oh.
You know how they've been talking about that?
No, I don't.
It's been
Wait,
going
what?
around.
What are you talking
A lot
about?
of people been getting parasites from eating sushi.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
Google
actually
it.
really scary.
Google it.
What I heard recently, maybe a month ago, someone got sick from a mushroom they had put in a sushi, and they died later.
Dang.
because it was like one of those crazy wild mushrooms. I don't know why they would
Now
have
I'm
that
like,
in
what
a
kind of
sushi
mushroom
restaurant.
was it?
Be careful if you have some sushi.
Right, I'm like,
Make sure there's not a mushroom in there, because some lady died
Wow.
from it.
I think it's because a lot of the sushi is like raw too, so like they don't really like cook out the toxins, and that's probably the reason there's like a lot of dangerous stuff in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
it
can
has to
see
be
that.
really, really fresh.
Do you like sushi?
Right?
Do you like sushi? Because you're
Love
the
sushi.
because you're bringing that all up right
Parasites.
now, and I'm
You
like,
gotta go try a spot out here. You gotta go try a spot out here called the Sushi Vibe.
Wait, that's a thing?
It's called Sushi Vibe.
You go
Sushi
there
vibe.
and there's like a Nobu here?
Nobu is good too,
I'm
but
sorry.
Sushi Vibe, believe it or not, Sushi Vibe is always packed because, it's very nice.
Is it in like
And the food is
Scottsdale?
good. It's off of Camelback, Central Phoenix.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
look, I'll go to Kabuki and call it a day.
I love Kabuki.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
favorite spot.
Hey, they say they have the cleanest bathrooms in there, or something like that. It's like the best bathrooms in the world, or something.
That's
Wait.
the thing.
Kabuki. That's the thing. Yeah, that's what I was told.
I always get like skeptic when people say they have the best anything in the world because I'm like, have you been outside of your city? Like,
Right. No, seriously.
So, what was your most viral moment? Like, what was your first time you noticed? You like, oh snap, the following went up, everything. When you notice something different as far as being an influencer.
I think it was just really steady for me, like over the course of that 6 months. But I think what really did it was the fact that Reels had just come out on Instagram. So just me posting Reels, it's easier to get like random people to engage with you when there's like a For You page, whatever Instagram wants to call it, like their explore little Reels thing. Versus like you doing stagnant posts are not as likely to end up in someone's like Explorer arena.
Right.
So I think that's why it happened around that time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, with you being in med school, and you said going on 3 years, what would you say are some of the struggles that you've had to face?
I don't know. I have to think about this. The whole thing has been such a struggle. I don't even know what to pick.
Let's pick the one that stands out the most. The one where you're like, oh man.
What stands out most recently is I actually took my USMLE Step 1. I took my boards that you take at the end of your second year. So it's basically showcasing your entire like textbook knowledge up until that point. Because after second year, you switch over to like being in clinic and actually helping patients like in real life. So it was really a struggle trying to like cram 2 years worth of like cumulative knowledge into my brain to take like a 9-hour exam. That was a really big stressor for
9
me.
hours.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
during
I'll
that
be done
9
by
hours-
hour 2. 9 hours.
9 hours.
I literally was eating gummy bears in every single break, trying to be like, quick sugar, like, let's keep moving. I need to just keep going.
Do they
and
allow you
finish.
to take a break at any point within that
They
9
have
hours,
to.
right?
They have to.
You,
Yeah.
you do. You get like a total
That would be
hour.
abuse.
But the problem is they don't tell you like when you can use your break. So if you don't time it out right, you might not have time for like lunch later. Like you have to be able to manage your time without having like a cell phone on you, which is really crazy. Because I don't really know how to read analog clocks that well. So I'll be sitting there like 12, 3, okay, that's
Same.
15.
Same.
12, 3, 15.
Wow.
That's funny.
Well, now that you've gotten through that, I bet that moment after you're finished, what did that feel like once you walked out of that room?
It honestly felt like nothing but terror. This is the thing that people don't tell you. You take that exam and you don't find out for like another 3 weeks if you passed it or not.
That is torture.
Wow.
I would be sweating bullets.
That's a
I
long
was
time.
scared. My parents were like, let's take you to Europe so you can take your
Just-
mind off
right,
it. And
right.
it was perfect timing.
That's a good
Perfect timing.
distraction. Yeah. Where in
was-
Europe did you go?
Right.
We went to Dublin and London.
Nice. Oh, nice.
And Dublin, I will say, definitely if you're like a whiskey person, you have to go.
Oh, the Irish.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, I definitely can see that.
It
yeah.
was like, it was literally like drinking cider out of the tap, like getting whiskey there for sure.
Wow.
And it was really green over there, right? I know
Yeah.
Ireland is really green.
It's
so
super green.
pretty.
All of the national parks are beautiful too. But I'd say the city is the best part. It's like really alive. Like people will actually talk to each other and nobody's on their phone. It's really different to experience.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to experience that one.
I think
Yeah.
they have little things like that here
London, I
though. Don't
heard,
they
is
have
nice, too.
places where they lock up your phone at like certain
For real?
speeds
Do they?
easier? Yeah, I think they
Wow.
do. I
need to
saw it
find
on
those
Reels.
places because that'll teach me how to not be on my phone all the time for sure.
Lock up your phone.
Go to an escape room or something.
Wait, they actually do that? They really lock up your phone?
I think they do it. I think
No
there's actually
social
spots
media,
like that
no
here.
nothing?
It's like, can you imagine? Like, you're just in there and you're like, oh, okay. Like, actually, I don't know how they do it. If they do it with keys, it wouldn't be that bad. But if they do it with a code, it's like, where would you put the code? On your phone. If you lock up your phone, how would you get to your phone?
Right.
I'd be telling people, all right, bang on some walls, make noises. I just need noises around me at least.
Right. I just need to know where I am.
That's funny. How was London?
London was good too. Wait, sorry, you were saying
Oh,
something.
no.
I don't-
Okay.
Okay.
First, and then I'll have my question.
Okay. London was good too. I would say the best part was like shopping, walking around in like central London. That area is like really nice because it's a weird mixture of like modern and like really, really old like buildings, the architecture and like the style of the city. Like my brother and I were basically just using the backdrop to make TikToks the whole time, but it was interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, the people were
How's
really
the
cool.
food? Because I heard that food in London is trash.
Girl.
real?
Yes.
Wow.
Like disgusting. So please.
Girl, let me
how
tell
was
you,
it?
that was the
Yes.
scariest part when I was going. I was like, am I going to have like baked beans every day?
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Like I just heard like the flavor, the taste. It's just
Like nasty,
not
huh?
too
So
good.
like they don't have like steaks and
No, they have
fried
normal
and stuff?
food.
No, no,
But
I'm
it's just
sure they
horrible.
do.
They
It's
have
just
normal food. It
It's
was
just
just
not
scary
good?
because like all I
their
saw were these.
flavors.
Yeah.
So no flavor.
Seasoning and
real?
flavors. I don't know. I heard. That's what I heard. I don't know. I could be wrong. Please don't shoot me
So you're
out.
better off
what
going
I,
to
no,
McDonald's
that's what I
then?
saw online too before I went. I saw like the fish and chips and like the baked beans, and I was like, I'm gonna have the worst time of my life here. But then I
Fish and chips and
showed
baked
up.
beans.
There was normal food, and like it actually is real food because they don't use like fake, like genetically
Like,
modified
yeah.
ingredients
Right.
there.
Right.
So it was good.
What motivates you daily?
Mm.
Like what gets you going? What makes you want to push harder for, your goals, your dreams?
I actually want to
cetera.
hear this from you guys first because I don't have that much of a good idea of how I do it necessarily. I want to see how you guys do it. Like, what motivates you? You guys are starting a new pod. Like, how are you guys starting to?
I'm a glutton for pain.
He's a patriot.
Explain about that, please.
I will run myself into the ground if I've got the vision. I will run myself into the ground with no sleep. There's days I'll go without eating because I'm just so busy. I haven't even thought about food because I'm trying to get things done. So when it came with this podcast idea, I wanted us, not just me, but us to bring something that was different. I wanted us to talk about subjects and sit with people like yourself that are in these different fields that can bring a different perspective to, like an industry like yours or any kind of industry that's out there. So that, at least for me, that's what I like doing this for. I just like to and spread information, new information out there.
That's awesome. What about you guys?
For me, what motivates me to, especially about this, not a lot of people know how I am unless you're my friend or you're around me or my family. They just see me online, so they don't know what to think of me. They probably think I'm just like a bitch, or something. Like
Girl, they better
because
not. I will
when
come for
people-
them immediately.
No, like seriously, when people
We're coming.
when people finally talk to me and they like are around me, they're like, "Whoa, you're super cool. I would have never expected." I'm like, "But you haven't talked to me before, so how would you just like, judge a book by its cover?" But I mean, nowadays, I guess that's what everyone does. But just me just showing this side of me that no one really knows. Also, I've always wanted to do podcasting, so I got two great people that, I just, got me in this. So I'm appreciative of that. And just to show people, like, you got your haters out there.
Sometimes you got to pop out and
You
show
got your
'em,
haters
huh?
out there.
That's right, Kendrick
just
Lamar.
gotta-
Pop out and
No,
show
but
'em.
what is
Sometimes
it
you gotta
about
pop out and
that?
show
They
'em.
That-
probably would have never guessed we made it this far, but here we are. Consistency is key. So
Got to be consistent.
we're back at it.
But that's what I want to know is like, what is it about that? Like when a girl is like doing her own thing, she just has to be a bitch, like automatically.
Yeah, that is
People
crazy.
always assume
It's
that about me
only
too.
because
I'm
of
like,
always
looks.
assume that,
It's
yeah.
always because of looks.
but
I
I
feel
like,
like-
I actually look like a donut. Like I just
A donut?
Yeah, people tell me that. They're like, "Oh, you're just like you're smiley. Like you look nice."
Oh, you're bubbly and
That-
stuff.
you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
look like a nice person, and people still assume that I'm a bitch. So it's like
I think because I have
why?
a resting bitch
Yeah, they
face, so
just-
they're probably like that.
People just be assuming.
I think it's just because I think a lot of times like people assume it's like, oh, the girls that look like the girl next door are like nice. The girls that look like
Nice.
baddies are like probably bitches.
Just-
no,
right.
everyone assumes that all girls are a bitch. That's
Yeah.
usually what happens.
Catty, whatever. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like Angel Reese is going through that right now with
Yeah.
the WNBA. She gets a lot of hate, and I see a girl who's just out there confident and becoming very successful. But
and there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
It's almost like confidence just makes you
Right.
conceited and just
Right.
full of yourself. And it's just like, dang, I love myself. Why can't I love
Yeah.
myself?
And I'm a believer.
Sorry, you don't, but I mean.
Right. And I'm a believer that your perception is your reality, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so, and I perceive, my perception is a very talented, confident person. Others perceive it as this attitude having biatch, like we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
But that's not I'm like, that's not the case. That's not even, but it's wild.
It's weird mixed messaging too, because like that's what kids hear in media. Like, what One Direction, that band, like you don't know you're beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful. Why? Why can't I just know? Like,
Yeah.
That is true.
That's very true.
But no, with me, I just feed off of, the success and stuff like that. So I just always, like Steve said, I just always push myself to the limit. And like he said, there's no sleep. Like it's days I don't get. Like I came back from Houston from being in the movie, had to go to Vegas, then come back to here to be in a podcast. And so it was to the point where I'm almost falling asleep in the podcast.
World tour over there.
I'm almost falling asleep in the podcast because, it's just like, you got to create your team. Like I'm with these great ladies and gentlemen, And,
Thank you, Mr.
We
D.
help push
Thank
each other.
you.
We help push each other,
Yeah.
And it's great to be a part of, when you have a team that all of y'all have a vision,
The
all of
same
y'all have
vision
goals and a
almost, yeah.
plan. Instead of like, you ever work with some people, you got a little team and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like everyone is not on the same page. So that helps, to me, that makes you want to work even harder. You know what I mean? With me, I always been the type that if don't nobody believe in me, I feel like if I can do it, I'm gonna do it,
Yeah.
So, and it's like what she was saying, it makes me just want to go out. You shouldn't do that, but I feel like, hey, I want to prove them wrong.
Oh yeah,
know?
Yeah.
absolutely.
So it's just like you gotta, whenever you have a vision or a goal, like with you, for your med school, you have that vision and you have that goal. Now your plan is to reach that goal.
yeah, there's no plan B. There's
Right.
always just plan A, and that's the only thing
And
you
your
can
vision
do.
is to
Love
get
that.
to that goal, So I just do that and I just, you put something in front of you and you go get it,
Yeah.
I had a friend years and years ago tell me, he goes, because he's a pretty successful guy, and he was telling me, he goes, I'm the kind of guy, when everybody's running away from it, I run as fast as I can towards that thing. And I didn't understand what he meant by that, right? And I'm like, man, what are you talking about?
There could be a
Get
lot of
away from
scary
me.
things that
Right.
people are running away from.
But it was like, as I went through, it hit me one day, and I'm like, it was a moment one of those where I was like, that's why he said what he said. And it all made sense.
Makes sense.
It's like
Yeah.
running towards the sun. You know what I mean?
Well, that's kind of what I thought when he was talking about it. I'm like, if everyone's running away from it, bro, wouldn't you want to join them and
Yeah.
not get hurt? But obviously, and what I realized what that meant was when something's really hard and everyone's like, I can't do it, and they're trying to go away from it. That's the thing you want, because if you're successful with it, that means you're the one who just won,
Yep.
and it's yours.
I agree.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna say this too. That's dope. You being an influencer. I was actually telling her,
Yeah.
if I was a female, I would rather be an influencer than like the club scene. I feel like you make more of yourself as an influencer. Like you got people following you. Like you said,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Like you could be doing your
That's the whole basis
your
of
makeup,
social media, like
and then
influencing.
I'm
like
doing
getting
this
people
now.
to do this, buy this, see this. So
It's
That's
so
dope.
nice.
Like
'cause
every
it's-
day.
Every
yeah.
day.
So what D'Angelo's saying is he's not going to be on a stripper pole. So sorry, ladies,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen.
No
He'd
stripping
rather be an
But
whatsoever.
no,
influencer.
what I'm really trying to say is that's Leah would be a great influencer. Because
I
like
mean,
when you put on your
yeah,
makeup,
I
you
don't
like
have
I'm
that
doing
title
this.
right now, but I feel like I already do that.
You are. You're charismatic.
Thank
I feel like you would be really good at
I
it.
think you'll be
So
good. I
much.
think she'd be good. at
Because
it.
I just sit there like a hermit, and it still works. So
You're not though. Stop it. Yeah, no, I feel like I do influence already. Like, I just
You know what
that's
am-
just real
you know what
shit.
make
I just
people
feel like
even
I do
more
that
hungry?
already. It's just I don't have that title. Like, she's an influencer, but I
You
do
know how
that
you get
all
that
the
title?
time.
You just post videos of you doing stuff and you get monetized on IG.
I know.
And then they
I'm
send you a
so
check.
bad
That's how
at
it
IG
is.
literally like will
Content. It's
skimp you
crazy.
on monetization.
real?
Sorry,
I'm already
Instagram.
knowing.
Man, every day
Yeah.
D's in my ear. He's like, man, you're not posting enough, man. Bro, you're not doing your homework. I'm
It's
like,
never
bro,
gonna be.
I
It's
know.
never gonna be enough for them.
Thank you. Yeah.
She said it's never gonna be enough for IG.
It never
That's
will.
Or
That's why
D.
TikTok. That's why TikTok is the #1 paying
See,
service right now. They
that's
even
what I'm
out paying
saying.
more than YouTube.
Is
Who
it
is
really?
TikTok?
Is TikTok really gonna
Oh,
be
yeah,
gone?
I heard. I mean, people could just be
They saying they
sweeping
trying
the
to make it
floor
now.
and getting like $30K a month.
Yeah.
They making
the
money
people
on
that like
TikTok,
mix
bro.
the coffee, like the milk into the
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah.
I cannot stand those posts. I'm sorry. Like if all I
The
had to
milk
do every day was pour milk into coffee and I just got paid that much, I would
TikTok just paying for
quit
anything.
everything. I would just
No.
sit at home and mix
Seriously,
coffee.
That's why the
It's like
government wants to
30
shut it down. They're like, we
Bring
cannot
TikTok
have these
tonight.
people getting paid.
Shout out to TikTok.
No, yeah, shut that shit down.
TikTok, can you sponsor us?
Some way. I don't know what way.
If you coffee people ever want to take a break, I'm more than happy to take your job from you.
Seriously.
I'm applying right now.
You hear that, Steve? They just pay you for anything on TikTok.
They do. You could be cleaning your room.
There's a reason why they want them gone.
Honestly, like
Well,
the
I
cleaning
starting
room
to
videos are
understand
really
now.
aesthetically pleasing. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
it's fun to watch.
Yeah. No, there's
You
some
can go in
videos
there
out
for
there
anything.
like,
If you
okay.
want to learn how to cook anything, I want to learn how to bake chicken. You just go in there and they
Yeah.
have they have the step by step on there with a video, and they get paid for you.
See, that's what I
it's
like about
crazy.
that. Like Instagram and TikTok, like food videos, recipe videos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, you're teaching me
Well,
a
see,
lot.
I always hear about these TikTok rabbit holes. Everyone's all telling me, he's like, yeah, I went down this TikTok rabbit hole last night. And I'm just like, okay,
Rabbit
so.
What's that?
Well, that's exactly right. So, like, and you probably know what I'm talking about.
Wait, like, don't bunnies like dig those little holes? Like, is that why that's a
No,
saying?
the rabbit holes they're talking about, they're
Well,
like,
it's
they
like
can,
going
Like,
down
when
and
you
watching
go-
a lot of them.
Right,
Lot of-
But
lot
is
of
that
stuff.
why that's a
Something, and then
saying?
that
Like
leads
the
to
little
something,
holes
and
they
then that leads to
dig?
something,
maybe
and
it is. Maybe it is.
And then you fry your brain after
Right,
that.
and then you're done and you just phone drops, all
Yeah,
that.
and that's it.
You need to set an
Phone
alarm
drop.
before you
You
get
don't
on
even
those
apply it the
apps.
next
Like
day.
seriously.
Coming like a zombie.
Right.
Like la la la.
But yeah, I'd have friends that tell me all the time. He'd always come in. He's like, man, I was down this rabbit hole on conspiracy theories on
Oh,
TikTok
man, that's
last
me,
night.
though. Conspiracy
I
theories.
was like, TikTok?
Those are
Conspiracy
wait,
theories.
what? What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh my gosh, stop.
Yeah, I am.
So is one of my best friends here. I'm an
Yeah?
Aquarius.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love it. I love you guys.
You?
Aw.
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
They say
Yeah.
Aquariuses are almost the equivalent to like if there was like an alien species. Because
Yeah,
of your
I wouldn't be
guys'
surprised.
creativity. And
Oh,
like,
really? Oh,
level.
shoot.
No, I've heard that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I've heard.
I honestly thought it was because we're kind of weirdos, but I like the creativity too, so I'll take it.
Yeah,
You know, Aquarius women, I love them. Aquarius men, they are difficult.
Yeah,
They're
girl.
difficult.
Yeah, girl.
Don't I
It's
know
hard.
it?
Me and
to,
Steve
like-
wouldn't know about that.
Yeah. Wait, are you, you're not Aquarius, right?
No, I'm
Nobody.
an
Okay.
Aries. I'm an Aries.
That's cool. That's right. That's why. Aries.
I'm ready to go out there and just headbutt shit.
Yeah.
Steve's
Yeah,
coming at
but
you.
I love
I'll
Aquarius
cover
women,
that.
though.
What about you? What's
Aries.
Aries? So you
Oh,
guys are
so you
both
guys
Aries.
both Aries.
That's
I didn't know you were
crazy.
an Aries
Yeah,
too.
Aries. Yeah.
Are you guys
See,
different
this
month
is why we
Aries?
click.
March Aries.
He's March, I'm
This is
April.
why we click.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, that's why him and I
my
together,
team.
we're ready to like tear shit up.
Yeah. I'm calm, but when I'm ready to tear shit up out, I'm ready to tear
Well,
shit
you
up.
said Taurus, right?
Yeah.
I thought Taurus were pretty like rambunctious people, though, aren't they?
Rambunctious? I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that. Mm-mm.
No, not Taurus.
Rambunctious, for real?
Yeah.
I
like
think
Taurus
it's
are pretty-
stubborn is the thing.
Stubborn,
Oh,
for
is that
sure.
what it is?
No,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will take that. Stubborn, but rambunctious. No, we're calm. You know, we're grounded. But if you push us there, then that's when we can get rambunctious and crazy.
see
So,
that.
as far as school, where do you go to? ASU? You were saying? or-
I go to ATSU, so it's a small like DO school. So there's MD and there's DO medical programs basically, and they are basically the same thing. They will still get you a doctor in front of your name. It's just they teach medicine in a different way. So DO is more of like a holistic approach.
Okay.
They talk about like other natural ways to do
Natural, yeah.
medicine too, which is like what really drew me to it. But my program is right here. It's actually in Mesa, Arizona. It's pretty close.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, we travel all over though. So I'm going to Vegas tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
tonight actually, but yeah.
So you have a medical kit in the works, or it's already done? What's going on with that?
So we've been working on that for a while. We're gonna launch it very soon. It's basically a personalized kit. So I noticed a lot of times in my medical school that people would get their equipment confused from other people's because all of our bags look the same because most of the time people will get the same exact bags from their school when they start out. So I wanted to make a custom kit so everyone's kits would look different. They could like express their personality with their medical instruments because a lot of them are so like boring and they all look the same. And I want to be able to showcase like what I was saying earlier, a little bit of your personality and the human side of you, like
Right.
as one of these medical professionals. So that's why
really
it's,
cool.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I definitely want people to check it out. It's called Personalized Med. It's like a cute little
Personalized Med.
kit. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely put it into the link so people can go check it out. We'll definitely send people to go and look what you got going on and start sending you some money.
It's very exciting. though.
That too, and I really, really want to see how people use it because it's a really interesting like project for me, and I've been working really hard on it. My heart's really in it.
Now, have you made a lot of TikToks based around it?
Not yet. So I just now like received my version of the product.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be filming with it first, and then I'm gonna launch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're about to go
Nice.
crazy out in Vegas with it.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
yes.
really excited because now when I'm getting into my rotations and like meeting people, I can be like, oh, like there is a need for this. Like you should try this. Like I really want to see how you do with it.
So with the medical industry, how long do you see yourself going to school for?
So you go to school for 4 years,
Okay.
and then you do undergrad before that, and then you do your medical program, which is 4 years long, and then you can basically go into different lengths of program as your residency, which is when you are a doctor but under the guidance of another person because you haven't practiced for long enough to be on your own yet, basically, and they're still teaching you. So depending on what you want to do, like if you're in surgery, I believe it takes somewhere between 6 to 7 years. But if you are doing like pediatrics, I think it takes somewhere between 3 to 4. So it just depends on what you're doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wow. How long do you see yourself being in school for?
I really want to do dermatology. That's my number one interest. So I think the residency for me would be between 4 to 5 years, depending on if I want to do like a special fellowship within that specialty.
That's not
Yeah.
actually too bad.
So
4 to
it'll
5
be,
years.
but it'll be that on top of the 2 years of medical school I have left.
Now,
Yeah.
with the
Okay.
dermatology, is that like in the hopes of, or well, actually not even hopes, but you will do it in the goals of you opening your own facility?
Yeah, I really want to. I want to like actually open like a chain of my facilities. I want it to be a thing because I have like an idea for an approach towards it that I want to be a little bit different. Like I don't want it to feel as much like a scary thing going to the doctors because I know that's always how it was for like my cousins and like my sibling and stuff like that growing up. I want it to be more of like, especially in dermatology, like a nice self-care day. That's how I want to set it up.
But I think you're also on the right track there because you can make TikToks showing these Gen Z kids and the next generation kids how you know how fun and cool it is. And
I
they're
would
gonna-
definitely have to
Yeah.
have a media room in my practice.
gonna
Like
wanna
I'm
go
sorry.
there.
For
These
sure. Just
kids-
strictly for that.
Right, because these kids are obsessed with all this TikTok stuff.
are.
So you're
And
you're
I'm
right on
happy.
it.
I'm happy to see that like younger children are being made aware of like how important skincare and self-care is because it really is that important. Like you should be knowing that you should be wearing sunscreen from a young age and things like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that for a while. Then I paid the price when I was in Cancun.
Everyone is
And my
looking
shit
for
was burnt.
burnt.
Oh no.
I had no sunscreen on whatsoever. It
How
was
old
just
was you?
super. I think I was like 22. Going back to that age.
No, oh my
22.
gosh, always wear your sunscreen. Wear it when you're indoors,
Look.
wear it when it's cloudy because there's still UV
Damn,
rays.
Girl,
crazy.
I didn't
It
know.
do
Yeah,
get
I
hot
didn't
out
know
here.
any of that, and I was super sunburnt for a long time.
Okay, so I'm nervous here because growing up, you know, I grew up in Texas. Obviously, everyone knows that, and I was hard headed. I'd be out all day long without a shirt on, and I'd get fried like a lobster. Basically, there's summer times where I came in, I'm like, man, I messed up. Like I'd be
Yeah.
bad. But that happened a lot during a kid. Do I need to be worried?
I would say
Every day,
things
You might
so
be
am I
worried.
gonna get
things are always a little bit less worrisome, like when it's a childhood thing. But sun
Okay.
exposure is sun exposure, so like I would
Right.
definitely make up for it now if you can. Like wear sunscreen indoors. There's still UV rays coming through the
That's very
windows.
true.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, D is good. He don't have to worry about none of that stuff.
Right.
I never used it, buddy.
That's why I'm happy to be like in the media with this stuff too, because I feel like people should know this, and no one's really telling them
You know
this.
what's
I
crazy?
mean, now they
More
definitely
people
should
Yeah.
now
know.
go. She made a good point. When you come out with something, you have to be different because now more people is going to the grocery store and they looking for organic stuff. Or if they're using products, they looking for products with not a lot of chemicals in it. They looking for products that's more natural. Because what happens is you use a product for 10 years and you find out they paying lawsuits out because it got cancer specs in it or
Yeah, that's the
it's not
scariest
good.
part,
You know,
though.
so it's like if I was to bring out a product, I would just try to go the more of the natural route. Like when I was in what is it called, Safari?
Sephora. Yeah.
Sephora. I'm sorry.
Hey, Safari's a
Sephora.
cool name
Safari.
Sephoria's a cool name
Sephora,
too.
yeah.
Sephora, right? And I was asking them for like a natural face cleanser, and she was like, "Look at this brand right here. Drake used this brand.
Drake.
It's like a little brand.
That's
he,
a nice
he
sell right
washed
there.
he washed the face.
That's
and
kind
then
of crazy.
That's a nice sell.
he
Drake
sprays-
uses
he
by
sprays
They should
like
say
a-
Kendrick uses it
He
instead.
sprays like a toner on it. He washes his face just like a cleanser, and then it's like a little spray you spray on your face.
Yeah.
But how do they know that Drake uses
That's what I'm
that.
saying.
So she showed it.
He
She
personally
showed
said
Drake.
that?
Drake posted it on IG.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that could
Promo.
just mean that he just got
See,
paid.
that goes back
Promo.
to-
You don't
That's
know.
back
You don't
to-
know.
that's what they do too.
Promo.
That's all marketing. Everything.
Yeah.
The whole world revolves around marketing now. So she's promo and marketing is
Promo.
definitely.
As long as your favorite celebrity's doing it, they're all going to go buy it. Have you ever been guilty of that?
But when she showed the project,
He bought the Drake thing.
especially coming up.
All right,
Now
Drake
after
did,
the beef,
so
it should be things that
gotta buy
Kendrick
it.
uses that people are like, yeah, Kendrick uses this product because
Kendrick
he
uses
finished
this.
Drake.
I'm going to lie. If Kendrick uses it, I'm
They-
like, all right, I'll give
on
it
the
a
back
shot.
of the ingredients say they not like us. They not like us. No, but when I looked at the ingredients on it and what's in it and everything, it actually was all natural.
Well, I mean, that's good. Like, didn't Johnson and Johnson?
Oh man,
And
it
they're
was
always in
like,
trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have gotten in
years.
trouble quite
and
a
that
bit.
was like the staple in like the 90s and early 2000s, their brand. And then they have stuff that causes cancer and all kinds
People
of
don't
stuff.
understand. Johnson and Johnson, their whole birth was from a floor cleaner.
Really?
I don't know
Wait, I think I've heard this before
Yeah.
too. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie, I think I've heard
their
this.
No
Johnson
wonder.
and Johnson was a floor cleaner back in like the early 1900s, right?
Wow.
That was their history.
Okay.
And so the guy who created it, his sons were like, "Dad, we gotta evolve the company. Like we gotta like bring more products in it." He goes, "All right, well just put floor cleaner stuff in it because that's what we sell." And it's like, I'm not saying
In your baby's shampoo.
no. All right, Johnson
Right,
Johnson.
come on
I'm
now,
not
it's like a lot of
saying that's
baby
what you do now.
products.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving them the facts of history here, but no, as far as their products now, I don't think they're actually putting wax
Yeah.
and all that shit in it. But
Yeah.
but a lot of people forget, like, you know, because they're pretty prevalent in the medical industry, as you know, and I'm like, damn, these
They're
guys-
like not
Everyone's
really
woke now,
recommended
so they-
though. Like
But they're
from
not
what I've
recommended,
seen,
sure.
yeah, from what I've seen, like working in like derm offices, primary care offices, people don't really recommend Johnson and Johnson products in clinic
Yeah.
for
At
sure.
all.
Yeah.
right. If I want to wax
They
my
got
floors,
a
I might
lot
go
of
to them.
lawsuits against them.
Hey, I'll go
For
get my
sure.
good. Hey, if I want to wax my floors, I'll go buy their product. That's what they started on.
Baby
the products
oil.
are legit on that.
Legit on that.
That's what the wax on wax off was. It was baby oil from Johnson and Johnson. Didn't you know that?
Oh,
Baby oil.
man.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. No.
See, we're learning new things every day here because I had no clue.
No, it definitely wasn't.
Yeah. Oh. Never mind.
So
That
I
is
guess so that actually brings up a good one for struggles in the industry. So it's like, would you say these brands like Johnson and Johnson and others, do you think they set a bad name for the medical industry at times, like especially when it comes to products like that?
I don't know. I feel like that's more of like a consumer side of things. Like doctors aren't sitting here making products for the most part. Like
Right.
we'll recommend what's good, but you have to come in and ask us. You can't just like, use whatever and then be like, it was the doctors. Like, I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think that's fair because if you come in, like we will recommend things with cleaner ingredients. I'd say like natural versus chemical. We like don't really use those words the same way that the general public does because everything is a chemical. Like orange peel extract is also a chemical
Right.
to us. So it's just like knowing things that are safe and good, whether they're like 15 letters long or like 5, we just know which ones are good and we'll recommend that.
So if a doctor gives us a name we can't pronounce, 9 times out of 10, we're okay.
If it's
Oh my-
if it's like a board certified physician, I'd say you're probably
He said
fine.
9 times out
out
of 10.
Yeah, it's interesting. The medical industry, I feel like, has, especially these past years, I feel like there's been a lot more conspiracies and a lot more political things that have like taken place inside it. Like for you, being as young as you are and getting into this industry, have you like went through a lot of like the political things on that side of it as well? Have you had to experience like just that alone?
I think being a student, like you're always afraid to like express your opinions to people, especially because you only really have supervisors. So it's like if you choose the wrong side of things, it would not necessarily go in your favor and you don't really want to speak up in that way. I think you kind of have to wait to fully have your degree and
Right, till
be
you're
able to
done.
stand on your words and have the proper full education before you state your opinions.
Makes sense.
So that's why I haven't really gotten into it yet, but like as I complete my education, as I become more informed, I definitely will like form and publicize my opinions.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
That's smart though.
interesting.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would never like go through school and like voice all my opinions.
Yeah.
And then, like you you're getting kicked out.
You never know who you're like talking to, really.
Yeah,
And like, you know,
exactly.
what do they say? Like the walls have ears or something. Like you
Yeah.
don't know who's going to like pick up on what you're saying, especially
Right.
when you're not educated enough to really state that opinion yet.
Right. And that can damage you in the long run.
Yeah.
So we say it's pretty easy to burn bridges within this industry.
I think it is. Yeah, definitely. Especially because there's so many like students. It's such a competitive process. Like you are replaceable to everyone. So you need to make sure that like you're proving yourself every day, and like until you get to that point where you are educated enough and you can state your opinions and like inspire others, you should like hold back a little bit and just try to learn.
Does
I
that
think
bring like an enormous amount of pressure on you?
100%.
Yeah.
Like
How do you
especially
deal with
because I
that?
am outspoken, like I am online. It's scary because it's like, well, anyone could find me online. It's just my name, right? But I have to like definitely monitor what I share a lot, and I think I will probably be sharing like more of what goes on in my life once I have like my degree to stand
Right,
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that pressure?
I don't know. I do a lot of yoga. I go to the gym.
See,
I
that'll
take
do
care
it.
of my mental health. I do my skincare. No, I think mostly like I think about what's going to happen in the long run if I do things the way that I'm supposed to do them right now. I'll be able to like definitely use the influence that I have and the knowledge that I have for the betterment of society, right? So if I just kind of hold my tongue and watch what I do a little bit right now, that's going to be able to do so much better in the long run that I think it's worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Love that.
Now, back to the dermatology thing. Are you looking to go the route like how Dr. Pimple Popper did?
I love Dr. Pimple Popper's videos, to be fair. I don't think I will be
My
replicating
goodness.
that.
Her stuff is insanity.
And, God.
They're
funny,
super
actually.
satisfying videos. I don't think I would be recreating that, but I love watching them. I'm definitely a
Yeah?
supporter. Yeah.
Hey, you're
sister
talking about
loves
rabbit
watching
holes.
them.
You can get sucked down those rabbit holes for sure.
I still want to see, like, I want to see a picture of an actual rabbit hole and see how this became a thing, because I'm a little bit confused.
Right. The term.
Yeah. Where do all of these sayings come from? Like being an immigrant, like we learn proper English. We don't really learn like sayings as much until like we
Right.
kind of go along life and like pick them up at school.
Yeah.
But we won't know where they're from because like our parents don't use them.
Where are you
So,
from?
India.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
So it's really like interesting seeing this stuff because a lot of times people will know the origins to these sayings and I just have no idea. I'm like, I didn't grow up hearing that in my house. Like
Yeah.
my parents just like said things in the very literal English way because that's like how they learned English.
You know, go spend some time in the South and then go visit your parents. They
Oh.
will not recognize you.
Yeah. The South, they have a lot of, what are they called? Idioms or?
Yeah,
What are they
so
called?
idioms. We got
Idioms?
catchphrases. We got
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff.
all of
That's the word I was looking for.
Idioms, yeah.
Yeah.
Have
there's
you ever
all
seen the
kinds of
tiger
things.
in India?
No. I
Never.
haven't. I visited
You read some tiger
as a
stories?
child, but like I don't think my parents wanted me around tigers when I was little, so
Yeah. Why? They're beautiful creatures.
Man, okay,
but-
so I recently just watched a video and I thought this was like fake, right? And I didn't even realize it was a documentary on, but I'm sitting there watching it. And this rhino is like cruising through the town, just like all the people are cooking around it, having a good time. Cars are beeping, driving around it, right? And I'm like, I'm not even thinking this is a real deal. And then finally, like the lady comes in, it's like the rhinoceros is a very distinct. I was like, holy shit, this is real. And it was
Wait.
through India.
It's
I
not a
was like,
mechanical bull.
no, and the thing was just like, and the people, it was just normal everyday life. It found its little watering hole once it went through the city, and everyone was just chilling. I was like, damn, that right there. If I was in India, I'd definitely be the tourist standing out because I'd be like screaming like a little girl, like, oh my god.
you'd be like, hold on, stay right there, Rhino.
Right,
We're
right.
gonna take a selfie.
1 minute, Rhino, Mr. Rhino.
No,
But-
I think they just leave animals alone there because like it's also as much an animal space as it is yours. So I
Right.
think that's kind of the key principle behind like having all of the animals roaming around. It does make it like a little bit scarier when you're not from there because like I obviously didn't grow up there. I grew up here. So it's like, oh my gosh, like we're trying to cross the street and there's an animal. Like, what do we do? And my parents are like, oh, we just walk around it. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Excuse
like, it's
me,
not going to
excuse
say
me.
anything.
Sorry.
Hey, that kind of
Excuse
sounds
me.
like Florida with alligators. Like they're just like rolling around and
That
everyone's
is
just
no,
like,
that is crazy. I could never.
Wait,
adapt
does
to
that really happen?
Wow.
They
Yeah.
just
in Florida, yeah.
They could jump
yeah.
your fences and get in your backyard.
Jump
I've seen
fences?
videos. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
need to see this
There's
afterwards.
a video
Yeah,
where
no, they do that there.
there's a video where this guy was pissed off, right? just type in Florida man and alligator. And so he goes in his backyard with a frying pan, right? Because he's pissed. And the alligator's like trying to charge at him. So he like cracks it over its head. Like it yells, opens its mouth and runs off. That's every day in Florida. Like that's a normal
People like
thing.
normally encounter that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain
Like
parts.
literally, they can just be in your backyard.
Stop. Tell me why like my favorite place is Miami and now I'm scared. Like,
I wanted to move to Orlando, and then I saw that, and I'm like, ew, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, they say like the little water, like on the road, like sides of the roads, like where there's a lot of water. They're like, yeah, don't ever go jump in there.
No, they catch the alligators with like their trash cans. I seen a video of this guy. There's this large alligator, and he kind of like tricked it into getting the trash can. He like tilted it, and then he just like flipped it up and closed the cap.
Dang.
I was like, damn, that's some.
Is that like part of the school training? Like in
Probably.
elementary school, they're like, this is how you
How
use
to
your
catch
trash
an
can in
alligator.
our state.
High school Florida man 101,
Right?
you know?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is really crazy. What do we have here that scares people? Scorpions?
Scorpions and
Yeah.
Rattlesnakes.
You have to like check your shoes.
Yeah.
I got to show you guys a video. So I was filming out at the racetracks like a year ago. And when I was digging through some stuff, I look and I see like this hand crawling around. I'm like, what is that? And I put a light on it, and it was like a big brown scorpion, like pissed off, tail up, everything. I was like, oh,
Ready to
shit.
fuck some
Oh,
shit
he
up.
was mad because I was back there in his face.
Stop. Why did I think of like the hand with Wednesday Addams? Like the little
Yeah,
like
no, that's the visual I got. I'm like, a hand.
Yeah, because that's all, like, it was kind of dark back there, and I just see this thing just. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God. Scorpions
what the hell is that?
The problem is with me is like I would literally I wouldn't like sit there being scared or like run away. I would start cussing out the scorpion, and that's when problems start. Like what is that gonna help?
Yeah, nah, I'm terrified of scorpions.
Yeah, my friend was like, you might as well have been back there with like a little rattlesnake.
Yeah, might as well.
Maybe you could have tried talking to it. Hi.
I didn't
what's
name it
up?
Ralph, though. I'm not going to lie. I didn't name it Ralph because I was like, listen, Ralph, if we're going to be in the same space working, we got to learn to get along because if you sting me, there's going to be problems.
Why Ralph?
There's gonna be
though?
some issues.
Ralph.
That's the first thing that came to my mind for him.
Right, that seems like a friendly name.
Yeah.
Ralph, like
I was
a
like-
dog.
Or like
Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. Like
Yeah, right. Ralph.
He probably wouldn't understand it, though, because there was like poison everywhere. Because like when I moved him with the thing,
Oh
like
my
it got on the
gosh.
bag. I was like, okay,
oh my god.
this ain't going to work. This ain't going to work, Ralph.
Ralphie.
Ralph.
Ralph, this just isn't going to work.
Have any of you had crazy pets ever?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
just
baby
a
tiger.
hamster. I just had a little hamster.
A hamster?
Aw.
Baby tiger.
So
No.
I used to
I
have
want-
like
I want a baby tiger.
the miniature. Not the. I don't know if it's a gerbil or a hamster.
Mine is like a Robertsonian
The dwarf.
hamster.
They're like dwarf.
Yeah, it was a dwarf, so it was like that big.
Like small. Yeah,
Literally so
same. I had like
tiny.
3 of them. Yeah.
I heard that they're like kind of cannibalistic too sometimes towards each other. Is that real? Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen one like try to bite off the foot of the
Wait,
other
the
one.
gerbils?
Yeah.
They're cannibalistic for real?
Sometimes.
I don't know. I was like, that's why
No,
I didn't get 2
literally,
when I was
we
getting
had
them.
3, and then our dog Bella, like not at the same
Wow.
time, but if they got
Not
out,
at the
she
same
would.
time.
You would see like you walk in the morning and see a dead
Chickens are cannibals.
gerbil on the floor.
I
and
think
it
they like
was a
try to.
dog.
The dogs try to play with them, and they like accidentally kill them. and
Probably,
yeah.
yeah. But you walk in the kitchen and blood is everywhere. Foot is off. It's so sad. Yeah, it was sad, but yeah.
Damn,
That would
see,
They're
break
so
my
cute though. They're
heart.
so tiny.
growing up, I had a pet deer, and because I grew up in Texas, I had a pet deer.
That's just
And-
like
Forgot
normal
about
for
that.
people in Texas having a
Pet
pet
deer.
deer.
Yeah,
A
we had a
pet
pet deer.
deer.
We got it when we were 10. It lived till it died when I was like 28, I think.
Wow.
It lived a long time
Wow.
because we had possums, we had all that, but they never like destroyed each other.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
even the pet deer, but she would though. She was kind of mean. Like if she was
Was
like,
her name Rudolph?
No, we named her Bambi. we went generic. We went Bambi.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
yeah, we went
I
Bambi.
think Rudolph's like not even a
I'll
deer.
definitely. I'll show you guys a
It's a
picture.
reindeer, yeah.
Reindeer. Yeah.
show you guys a
I'm like,
picture.
wait, is it? I'm like thinking like, is it not?
But she was crazy. It was kind of weird because she was raised with our dogs, right? So she actually acted like a dog. And so there'd be times like if like I was messing with because she was real protective of my dad. So if I'm messing with my dad, she'd come over there and like throw her hoofs up and hit me, like to get me
For
off
real?
of him. It's like, yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, she like learned to be protective.
Oh
That's
yeah,
really
and then
cute.
when it'd be like real bad outside, like it was raining a lot and stuff, we'd bring her in the house and stuff, and she like chill and lay with us, watch TV. Yeah, but she was big though. She got too big. I told one day I told my mom. I said, "Listen, mom, I
was
know
it
you
like
love
hard for her to get in
Not
the
anymore.
house?
No, like man, the thing about deer, like with her, it was pretty crazy, right? Because like as a kid, I'd go out there. Oh, they love snacks too, right? Like I remember going there all the time with like, what do you call those things? Like Twinkies and stuff. And so like I would do that. And like them things, like when they get up on their back legs and they get up high, like it's like above my head standing up. I'm like, dang, like that's
That's
How
kind of
big was
scary.
she?
man. She was a full.
I'd be like, here, just take it.
She was,
like,
she was full grown.
Go,
She was
go.
full grown dough. But when she got up on her back legs and stood up, like I'm 6'1", so she could get up on her back legs and tower
7
to
foot,
yeah
right?
to like speak to get it. Like it was crazy having
Wow.
pet
That
here
is
growing up.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool though. Reminds me of like Jingle All the Way. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger. Jingle All the Way.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
seen
Christmas
it.
movie. I used to watch
seen
it all the
yeah.
time. That's what that reminds me.
I seen it.
Dude, you grew up in Chicago, man. What kind of crazy pets do you guys have out there?
Raccoons.
No
We
way.
got raccoons.
As a pet?
No, not as a pet.
Oh,
but
okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
pit bulls. Everybody had
on a
pit
leash.
When I was growing up, everybody had pit bulls or
Yeah.
I think that's
see-
kind of
can
a
see that.
Chicago
Great
thing.
Danes.
You said what?
Great Danes,
Great
pit
Danes.
bulls.
Oh, Great Danes are
My
dope.
cousin used to have like a ferret.
Those things are smelly.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
They smell
Ugh.
bad.
I've
Yeah,
never heard
ferrets.
of anyone having a ferret. That is so crazy.
My mom loved fish, so she would have like piranhas or African cichlids.
Dude, I've always wanted a
Piranhas?
piranha. I've always wanted a piranha.
That's some Chicago
Yeah.
ass shit. Piranhas.
We had Oscars, or what are them fish called? Is it Oscars?
Oscars? Like Shark Tale?
It's like the fish they can't mix with piranhas. They'll fight
Oh,
each
you
other.
talking about the beta fish? The
No, not the betas. These are Oscars. They like black and orange.
Oh, those are so cute. I like those.
Hey, with the
Why did I
piranhas,
think of,
bro.
like,
Like if someone broke
orcas
in, would
when you
y'all
said
just throw the
black and
piranha at their face?
The piranhas got big.
No, I would like tie
Yeah.
them up and torture them.
Did you like put your hand in there all the time?
No,
I would
not
have.
at all.
I would have just to mess with them to see what happens.
No, not the piranhas.
Isn't that like a game? Like, wait.
Oh, there is a piranha game. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm
It
talking about?
is?
Like you have the little
Yeah.
like the little hook
Fishing
in the
pole.
string.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that.
Oh.
Weird, like distant memory. That,
But see, I've heard about piranhas though. You have to get 5 of them together before it's a threat. Like 1 or 2, you'll be all right.
Oh.
But like 5 is like a deadly threat.
For real?
So how many piranhas did you guys have?
Maybe I don't even remember. Maybe like 2.
Oh,
I was young.
so they were
It
harmless.
was a long time. Yeah.
yeah, they're just two
No, but
piranhas.
if you put another fish,
They won't do
another
anything.
fish in there other than them, their fish is gone.
Oh, 100%.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
for
like, I
sure.
tried to put the cat in there once.
Just to see what it does.
Your cousin come over, you be like, put your hand in there. You're not gonna do anything.
That's crazy.
No, I'm playing.
So
You
what
That's
guys-
cool
was,
though. Interesting. Piranhas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
That's definitely a different.
Never
pet.
heard of that as a pet, but nice.
what's your end goal for your business?
I want to be able to pivot to not just having like certain kits with certain things, but just like, okay, I guess like you should be able to pick the items in your kit, not just the way that they are sent to you. So not just like, oh, this is pink and it has my name and like a letterhead on
Customize.
it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should be able to completely customize your kit. But obviously we have to get it up and rolling for that. And not just for like, say a medical kit for a medical student, but for like first aid kits. Like, are you going on a hike? Here's a first aid kit that's better for outside or like
that's
versus
dope.
inside. So things like that. I just
Oh,
want to make like
that's-
medical kits of
That's real
different sorts.
creative. Nice.
That's the Aquarius. What we were talking
That's
about
what I was
earlier.
gonna, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, I see it. I see it.
Okay.
So, do you have any other, besides getting those kits out, any other future endeavors as far as influencing or medical?
I definitely want to make it a thing where like people can learn like basic medicine that they need to know as like a normal person, like not a doctor, in a more fun way. Like I don't know how I'm going to get that information out yet, but
Okay.
I think above like providing a kit or providing a solution for like one thing, I want to be able to provide information to people because I think there's so many things that aren't out there. There are like TikTok sleuths and like our FBI girlies, but like not necessarily everybody knows this information. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, since you seem like you know a lot about this, right? Why does how can I put this out?
Goodness gracious.
This is going to be a real good one for the med world. Okay, so if they offer you tramadol, why would they offer us something that has a lot of side effects?
So it's like a cost benefit analysis, essentially. Like if you're talking in finance terms, like if we need to save your life, A, then we will obviously put that first over other things. If we need to relieve your pain with the least side effects possible, like tramadol is one of them for like opiates technically that has like less side effects. So we will give you that over like morphine because it's worse. Right. So we're going to give you the better option, but we don't necessarily have the best thing in the world like made and readily available at our fingertips. We can't develop the medication. We can only choose out of the options that are available. So that's probably why.
I only ask that because half of the time when you get medication, it's like sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Or like I know someone who had, every time they went to the hospital, they give them antibiotics and it never did nothing for them. So I was just thinking like, man, are we like guinea pigs? Does it work for some people or does it not work, or you know what I mean?
I think it's mostly like a lot of things will work on most people. So we start off with them. But for example, there are like a billion types of antibiotics. Like we don't we have a standard set that we start with, but like we can graduate you to other ones. If that doesn't work for you, it's just rarer because certain things will most likely work for like, for example, pneumonia. There's like there's a billion things that can give you pneumonia, but like we know that certain medications will cover most of those things. And then if it wasn't that, we can like go on to the next thing. Yeah. Right. So I guess you could think about it as a guinea pig, but I don't think that's necessarily the right terminology.
Hamster.
No, not the hamster either. It's more like how many possible things can we cover that will fit under this one umbrella, okay. And then like if it doesn't work, we can try a different umbrella. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Any questions for y'all before we wrap things up?
I have one for you guys really quickly. How did you guys like all meet each other?
I was going mountain climbing, and I seen Steve falling. As he was falling, I grabbed his arm. I said, "Hey, buddy, I'll save your life under one condition. You have to work for me going forward."
Pretty much, we were on the streets of Figueroa, and he was getting beat up. And
so his story is that he like forced you because you would have died, and yours is
actually the real story is his and I's story. Figueroa is not a joke. We were on Figueroa Street, and one of the worst places in Los Angeles. Yep. Yeah. We were out there, and I was there at the time meeting with Freeway Rick. And D just happened to be out there, just hanging around and doing what D does, just doing what he does on Figueroa Street. And
he's incorrect. I was actually living with my uncle at the time.
Oh, that's right. You were living with him. That's right.
Doing what he does on Figueroa.
As I was saying.
It definitely sounded a lot more mysterious.
I wasn't hanging on Figueroa. hanging with the...
Hanging with the pimps and hoes out there. But, hey, listen, D, that's okay. No, but that's how we met, and we were out there. And, him and I, he saw why I was out there. I was with the filming stuff and with Rick. And so him and I kind of linked, and that's when he said, I'm thinking about going or living in Arizona. And I think it was one of those where it's like, yeah, if you end up doing that, just let me know. Like, I'm out there. Yes. And then he decided to leave the Figueroa life behind, and he went out to Arizona.
So what pushed you away from that dark place? Like, how were you able to leave?
So
he saw a pimp.
I never.
I'm just kidding.
So I was out there. I wanted to get to California. I left Chicago. I wanted to get to California, and I wanted to get to California to basically go further in my acting career. So as soon as I got there, my uncle was like, "You can stay with me." I had already booked a role in the movie as soon as I got there. I got the hookup too. Produced by Master P.
That's fast. Yeah.
So I did that, and then I just met a lot of connections and stuff like that. And then I met Leah and TMan. Mm-hmm. Then I think I met y'all out at a club.
Was it a club?
I think I met y'all at the club.
You knew him way before.
I think I met both of y'all together, though.
I think I met him.
Yeah, I think I met both of y'all together at the club.
Was it together?
I think at the club.
You guys knew each other like a long time ago.
What?
Well, yeah.
I either met. I think I met T-Man at the club
before. Yeah.
I think I met him at a club out here, and then I thought I met both of y'all together, but it may have been him first, and then I met y'all because y'all always used to be y'all
right
at the club scenes. I seen y'all all the time,
Yeah.
So like out here, everybody would go out and network.
Yeah. You don't look for influencers because it's better to influence than going to the club?
Oh, for sure. No? Everybody. So listen, that's how I met everybody, though. I go out to business meetings. I go out everywhere. I don't leave nothing behind. And that's how everybody know me. Like, when I come out, they know me.
That's a good energy
I don't even
to
have to, like, literally when I go to these clubs, like, I ain't going to even say nothing. But, like,
He doesn't need to wait in line or anything, you know.
D gives them ultimatums. He's
Gets
like, let me
tables
in or I
on
beat your ass.
spot.
They're like, oh, come
He's
on in,
dapping
sir.
everybody up on the way
I don't
up.
want that.
So it's like I kind of made a name for myself because
Yeah.
I came out here and did what I had to do. And then I seen her and TMan, they was on their stuff doing, you know, like I said, she's always been an influencer. She influenced me. You know what I mean? I'm going to go in and get my little clip-ons now playing.
Right, your press-ons.
But now, you know, so I met some good people, met her through TMan, met some good people. And then, you know, you getting out, going out. Half of the time, it was not just a club. So, like, they would do events like photo shoots. They would come to, like a lounge area and do, like, photo shoots and stuff like that, or, like, little business events that people would come up and network and stuff like that. You'll be surprised who you met. Like, I met John Mallet. He's like, you know, a very wealthy man out here in Arizona.
Yeah.
John Mallet. I met a lot of people out here.
And Arizona's so small too. So
Yeah.
like, it's not hard to.
It's all about getting
be
out,
in the
networking,
mix.
and connecting. Networking and connecting. That's
Yeah.
what it's all
and
about.
then he introduced me to Steve, and the rest is history.
Yep.
We're here.
And we met Leah. We actually was at the mall going to get some things. As you can see, the boots. She always got on a hot pair of boots every time. You know?
That's awesome.
She-
That's your thing. I
she
can
need to get
tell because
sponsored.
those
Yeah.
are really cool.
Boots are
She
my
need to get
thing,
sponsored by him. She always, every time she got on a different kind of boots.
I like
I'm telling you.
cracked my leg trying to do that.
If she don't have on boots, she will never have the power. The power is in the boots. You know?
No, that's not true. The power
He
is
is
in
like
her,
my
and she
walking
rocks the boots.
advertisement right here. Always count on Dita for that.
But no, we want to thank you for coming on out
Yeah,
and laying it
so
all
was
on the
nice
table
Speaking
at
with you,
the
very sweet
podcast.
girl. You have a lot going for you, a lot in store for the future.
Bright
Everyone's
future.
excited.
Thank you so
Check
much,
we're
that
excited
out.
for you.
Look out for that.
bright future.
It's really nice meeting all of you. You guys are all lovely. Thank
you.
you so much. You
you.
guys also have a really bright future ahead of you. You're just
Thank
getting
you.
started,
Thank you.
and I'm
so
excited to see what you guys do.
Thank
And
you so
we're excited for the
much.
world to see that we're the first one to get this interview. She's going to be very successful.
All right, remember that. See these faces right here?
Yep.
And her face.
That's right.
We were the first one.
Thank you, Rushi, for coming out.
Yeah, thank
you
you
so
so much for
much.
having
That's a
me.
wrap.
That's
And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen, for Lay It on the Table podcast.
Lay it on
Thank
the
you.
table.
Okay, that was the chef guy.